Greetings and salutations, my dearest friends. My name is Samantha, and today I'm going to be talking about 5 holiday-themed novellas that I think you should read before the end of the year. Hello, how are you? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to Vlogmas. In the month of December, I am posting a video every single day, and we're talking about all of my favorite things: reading, cozy hobbies like cozy gaming and crafting and journaling and all the things. But today's video, the playlist for Vlogmas will be listed down below, but today's video we're going to be focusing on holiday themed novellas. I love a good novella. I feel like it's my bread and butter because there's something so satisfying about reading something that's less than 200 pages. Still packs a punch. Okay, I'm very picky with my novellas. They still need to give me everything I'm looking for in a full-length novel, just in a cute tiny little package. Over the years there has been so many holiday themed books released that sometimes it feels like you can't possibly get to all of them. I know a lot of people will only pick up holiday themed books like in that holiday season, so novellas are just perfect, and I want to recommend 5 to you that I think are amazing, underrated, and you should absolutely add to your TBR before the end of the year. All right, let's go ahead and hop in the recommendations. All of these are going to be romance books, but if you want me to do a separate video on like cozy mysteries, thrillers, let me know. I read a lot of novellas. Okay, so the first one is arguably my favorite Christmas book ever. That's a really bold statement, but I think it is, and that is Set the Record Straight by Hannah Bonham Young. This is a friends to lovers sapphic romance, and it is chef's kiss. This is what I mean when I'm talking about a novella that still packs a punch and gives me everything a full-length novel will. It's going to give me character development, it's going to give me the emotional connection, it's going to give me the steamy moments. This book gives me everything. This book follows our 2 heroines, Clara and Evan, who are childhood best friends, and during the holiday season they both kind of like find themselves in a situation where they need dates to different holiday events, work parties. Evan wants a date to her holiday Christmas party that her ex-fiance is hosting. She just recently went through a terrible breakup. Her fiance cheated on her. She's a teacher, and she cheated on her with another teacher at their school, so she definitely does not want to show up alone. And then our heroine Clara is a photographer, and for some reason her boss like accidentally thinks that she's queer and has a girlfriend, although Clara is straight. So she sort of talks her best friend into pretending to be her girlfriend, and the 2 of them decide that they're going to fake date over the holidays, but of course real feelings develop. It is so cute. It is the quintessential holiday romance. It's cozy, it's sweet, it's sexy and steamy. It's everything. I love this novella so much, so add it to your TBR. And it's about 130 pages, so I'm still counting it as a novella because for me, anything less than 200 pages is a novella. Next recommendation is even shorter, and it's only like 40 pages, and it is A Wild Thing Grows by Marina Vivancos, who is one of my favorite authors ever. I'm constantly recommending her. She writes predominantly queer romances that are just so deeply emotional and have like amazing mental health representation. She writes some full-length novels and novellas, but A Wild Thing Grows does take place around the winter season. This novella has a little bit of a magical realism vibe to it. Our main hero, Jarek, is kind of an outcast in his small town. Townspeople are not that nice to him. He doesn't really have anyone to connect with, and he lives alone in the woods, but he has a deep fascination and respect with nature. And one winter it feels like the forest is kind of answering his call for companionship. One night a naked man shows up kind of like buried in the snow by his house, and it seems like the forest itself created him just for Jarek. That's the best way I can describe it because it has that magical realism vibe to it. I don't want to say too many spoilers because it's only 40 pages, but if you like magical realism and you're looking for a very quick holiday winter themed novella, this one is perfect. Next recommendation is another novella that has a little bit of magical realism vibes to it, and that is the remaking of Corbin Whale by Rowan Parrish. This is a male-male romance and a little bit of a practical magic retelling. The book starts off by following one of our heroes, Alex, who is just wanting a change in his life. He decides to break up with his boyfriend, leave his job, leave the town that he lives in, and go move back to his hometown. His dream has always been to open his own bakery, and he decides to pursue that dream, and that is where he meets our other hero, Corbin will. Corbin is very quiet, very shy, and pretty different from a lot of people in the town, and because of that, they judge him, they don't really understand him, but the second Alex meets him, he just feels a connection. So he decides to invite Corbin to work at his bakery. The two of them end up getting really close as they're working together, and it follows their romance. Again, it's one of those books that I don't want to give too many spoilers. Just know it does have some magical realism vibes to it. It's also heavily inspired by practical magic, so if you like that movie, you will love this book. Oh, and this takes place around Hanukkah, and it is so cozy because you get to see them baking like traditional dishes for the holidays. This one is like right at the cutoff of what I would consider a novella at 201 pages. But I'm still considering it a novella because it's a very quick read and it's perfect. So there's that. Next novella is another short one. It's like 80 pages. And this one is more just fun and campy and steamy. And that is The Gift by Casey Mint. Casey Mint is an author on Kindle Unlimited that writes dozens of novellas. In fact, she actually has a lot of Christmas ones. I'm just recommending this one. You usually take like a trope or a holiday and write a bunch of novellas themed around that. So yeah, she has a ton of holiday ones, but one that I really like is The Gift. This book follows our heroine Lisbeth, who lives in a very small isolated town. She has kind of a crush on a scientist that is currently staying in their town for his job. The town has a tradition of exchanging gifts, almost like a secret Santa, and she ends up getting him and decides that she's going to gift herself. Obviously, she doesn't want him to move away after he is done with his research, so she is taking the holiday season as her last chance to shoot her shot, and it follows their steamy night together. I really liked this one. Again, Casey Mint writes a ton of novellas that are amazing. If you like Jessica Cain novellas, you will like Casey Mint. I will say Casey Mint is like a sweeter version of Jessica Cain. Her books are steamy and bonkers, but have a little bit of a sweetness to them as well. Okay, the next one is actually a series, a collection of novellas. I said this was my top 5, but I mean, these next 3 are all written by the same author in the same series. The series is called The Winter Night Series by Liz Maverick, and it is an Audible original. They are short 3-hour audiobooks on Audible, and they all take place around Hanukkah. It follows a group of friends that live in New York, and they all have a tradition of coming together for their annual Hanukkah party. They grew up together, their families know each other, and each book centers around each character getting their own romance. I would say you could read them out of order, but I wouldn't. I feel like it's better if you read them in order, and the audiobooks are so short, you'll just fly through them. The first book is called 8 Winter Nights, and that is a friend Silver's romance. The second is Bright Winter Lights, and that is a second chance romance. And then the third one is On a Night Like This, and our 2 characters are actually neighbors. And that one is a more sweet meet cute, if you will. Alright, so those are 5 holiday themed romances that I think you should pick up before the end of the year. It's a good range. Some of these take place during Christmas, some during Hanukkah, some just during the general winter season. So yeah, if you stayed this long and you enjoyed this video, leave me a snowflake or snow emoji in the comments down below, and I'll know that we're bookish besties. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some good recs. I will leave my Vlogmas playlist down below, but as always, thank you for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. It means the world to me. I hope you guys are all staying happy and healthy, and I will see you in my next video.